Captain's log, stardate 0711200715.0. Starship Excelsior's log. Soon I'll have my own starship back. In the meantime, I'd like to talk about mental illness for a bit, and YouTube in the same sentence. You see, doing an offline video this morning because I have some YouTube disputes going on. Let's just say violence and Chloe getting combative and people reporting things and hating that Chloe's continuing attacking verbally on YouTube. I've gotten, they're like, you got to slow down on the live videos and, etc. So this morning, to be nice, even though this video is not made for children, I'm going to try to cut out my swearing. Now, a lot of people wonder why I swear. Well, I never swore when my husband was around. When I ordained myself, I never actually swore. I actually believed in not swearing because it was wrong, When my husband died, I started swearing like a sailor because, well, I guess, whatever, right? So, this morning I want to talk to you all about mental illness and a couple small things, all right? So, Chloe last night got angry, right? I'm going to tell a story, all right? We were on the phone. Well, I was talking to a guy, right? And, let's just say everything fell apart, all right? Literally. Between my YouTube, which he didn't think about live videos. I mean, he's a moderator after all. It's like he was more interested in doing a 360 reverse type thing, right? And so anyways, the story goes, I was a little tipsy, and Chloe was trying to get help last night with mental places. And I want to tell you about the mental places. She calls them all in the entire state. They turn around and they're like, no, we're full. No, you shouldn't be traveling because of coronavirus. No, right? She gets in touch with two, right? Two that's willing to take her. The one says, oh, we see your file. You really do need meds. Come in. We'll get you situated from there. We can put you into a halfway house or a group home or something where, right? Well, anyways, she said the fastest way is the emergency room. Hospital? No. You go in the front door. Unless you're severely sick, they didn't realize my voice is cracking. So, they wanted to do like a gamut of tests on me. Oh, you might have cancer. You might have this. I'm like, I'm with her. Well, anyways. I'm with her. And, they didn't even offer the test. They said, oh, if you can get in with this guy, he can give you the coronavirus test. They were like, you might have it, you might not. And Chloe was there, right? They asked, mental leave out? Chloe said, yes. I need to be seen so I can go off island. They said during a pandemic, you want us to have the taxpayers spend $6,000+ for an ambulance. That's what it costs to go from here to there. Well, I really need it. So the lady turns around, calls up the hospitals, right? The one down south, about 60 miles, said yes. The other one she went to, they weren't going to take her. They're like, no, we don't want her. She won't get meds. She's violent. She's crazy. We've had the government on our door asking for records, her mental records. No. The other one said, we don't have any beds, so even if you came down here, we have to assess you for the threat level possible. She said, no, an emergency room doesn't assess you. Emergency room said you can go to any emergency room and we can assess you, and we're not taking it. It's a show. It's a joke, right? So they bring in the guy that does the evaluations. The guy's a jerk, but last night he was nice. Is drinking? Yeah. What for? As always. Why is that? Because there's a guy on YouTube that always encourages me. Oh, get a drink. No. Anyways, my wine supply is good. I just don't want to tap into it. So he's like, cool. So what happened? So I'll tell you guys what happened. They turned around and told Chloe the only way she's going to be fucking mentally well is if she goes back home to her family, and if her family takes her. The doctor turned around and said, look, you're living in fucking misery. You know, basically it's like, no, we're not helping you. You're fucking wanting to waste our time and everyone else's time to pretend to get help. So when I was leaving, right, Chloe turns around and asks the guy a question. She says, do I have bipolar or borderline? Guy turns around and says, you're fucking nuts. You have borderline. You are fucking purely insane. You're a borderline narcissist. If anyone thinks you aren't, they need their head examined. And Chloe said, well, there's this guy I was talking to. And he said, go on. He said it's okay for me to be fucking lazy and put everything on Rita. But then he also said that I should leave and still be lazy. Doctor turned around and says he wants some advice. Chloe said, okay. If you're getting Social Security disability, and yet Rita's handling everything for you, and Rita puts in a report, you can be probably transferred to an automatic mental hospital until they find you a group home because you can't take care of yourself. Well, I'm depressed. I can't go to the grocery store. And they're like, well, if you put some fucking clothes on, we wouldn't have this problem now, would we? Well, I have a sensory issue, and goes into detail. And the guy goes, sensory issue or not, you're not bipolar. You want bipolar, look at her. She's bipolar, pointing to me, and I'm going, got wine? You know, the old got milk commercial said I said got wine. So, my phone was off all night. It's going to be off all day today. The doctors told us we really want to break the phone habit. Then what needs to be done is to keep the phone turned off. I mean, literally, I use my phone for email when I'm out and about, and that's it. So if I'm going out, say, to go get dip, which I got to do today, mind you, so I'm thinking of putting on a dress this morning. I'm thinking of also go shopping this morning and getting me a pair of pliers. There's no, it's not for any ill purposes. If you guys need to know, there's an ingrown toenail that's bothering me, and the doctor said if I can wedge a needle nose in there properly because my big knife's missing. Chloe keeps misplacing my big knife. Otherwise, I'd fucking have my big ass knife with the pliers built in. And I would have had it pulled out by now. But that knife keeps going missing, and I don't know where it went. So. Oh, damn. Wow. And then she complains about her stomach problems too, because she doesn't have a primary care physician. Doctor turns around and says, well, if you wouldn't eat all the fucking hot sauces and shit, your stomach wouldn't be destroyed. So, then anyways, when I was there, I was talking about, talking to the doctors about my heart. And the doctor said, well, you know, we'll have to, we could send you off island for it, but you have a heart doctor in Oregon, you should go there. He said the stress levels is causing my heart to give me some trouble because of all the trouble I'm having. Trouble being with YouTube, which, they didn't literally throw us out, but they weren't going to literally help us. But, because of the mental thing, they actually wanted to do an eval on me. So the guy was very polite to me, and he was just like, look, you might be drinking too much because of Chloe. But frankly, you need to slow down on the YouTube vids too. And he literally says, go home, get a few hours sleep. He says, Chloe ain't going to be doing diddly shit. And I said to him, well, there's a lot of people out there that think Chloe's trying too hard to be a woman. He said, a woman doesn't dress like a fucking whore. Unless you're in Vegas and you're looking to get banged for $50 an hour or 500. So, but the bottom line was he was very polite. And I said, there's a lot of triggers. I told him I have triggers. And, the triggers with Chloe, one of the triggers that triggers me the most is I've supported Chloe for 52 months, okay? I still support her in some way, shape, or form, whether it be some of my money or internet or, whatever, cooking, you get it, cooking, um, ordering everything that she wants. I mean, literally, I'm supporting her in some way, taking my time, and then people think it's okay for Chloe to fucking sit in her room and jack off, or, you know why Chloe can't use her room. I'll tell you why she can't use her room, because she's got fucking cases and cases of paper towels and toilet paper in there. Two is she's got all her clothes piled up on the floor. She refuses to do it. And three is you got people that are supporting her, saying it's okay to basically, be lazy. I mean, Chloe fucking flipped her lid. She fucking flipped her lid because she calls it some jackass. Basically, she doesn't want to know, turns around and says, hey, you know. I mean, Chloe basically turned and told the guy, I know exactly what Rita was saying to this jackass, and she says, I don't like it. I mean, literally, Rita's asking questions, trying to get guidance. It's like, the way, in her opinion, to this mental health profession it was like a double-edged sword. It was like saying one thing, doing another. And Chloe's like, fuck this. I'm borderline, clearly. And Chloe says, basically, and the guy told me it's, because people don't realize my videos had some problems because Chloe's violence. Chloe was making threats against the APS lady, that they flagged it for violence. And Chloe actually had her actual legal name in the video, which she doesn't care. If she has a legal name of someone and she hates their guts, she'll fucking say it on YouTube, not giving a shit. So, again, yeah, it's, and, the guy turned around and asked the true question that was, what triggered this, alright? And I finally said, what triggered it was asking her to do her chores. And the guy turned around and said, look, if you don't do your fucking chores and we're paying you my tax dollar to pay for you to sit on your ass and fucking masturbate and fucking twerk your thumb up your nose, then you should be fucking in a home for the retarded. That's what he said, a home for the retarded. I mean, literally, because, he says, you're driving Rita insane, her hair's gray, and you're not doing anything. I mean, you bitch about fucking cutting down boxes, and if there's more boxes, you bitch about cutting those down. And then, literally, yeah, I mean, people think I have a spending problem. Okay, no, I just do what Chloe tells me. Chloe wants fucking $700 in toilet paper. Now she's sitting on $700 in chip paper. Chloe wants fucking 30 jars of salsa. Walla zing zang, 30 jars of salsa. Chloe wants fucking 50 bags of chips. As long as it's chips, let her have it. As long as it's in her room. I mean, she's got like 120 bags of chips left she's eating, okay? So to me, I don't need a third-degree lecture about, let Chloe do what she wants. Look, if we let Chloe do what she wants, she'll be in the fucking county jail. She's been threatening a long time to go fucking throw bricks at the plate glass window at the grocery store. I'm sorry to say, but if you want to let Chloe do that, then I think there's some type of thing where someone needs to have a mental evaluation, and it ain't me, because that's fucking common sense to say it's okay to let Chloe throw something through a plate glass window just because she's angry. Look, it's okay to have Chloe be combative when, you know, people think everyone knows everyone else. I mean, look, I got fucking diagnoses, all right? The hospital said they're standing by their diagnosis. The mental hospital basically has stated that the reason she's on disability is not because of bipolar. Bipolar can be medicated. What Chloe has is a highly complicated autistic spectrum disorder with borderline. And with the autistic spectrum disorder, they need a routine. Chloe doesn't want a routine. All Chloe wants to do is talk about her fucking past, fix her damn self by jacking off and fucking using her phone. Now, I don't know where she is right now. Probably glued to her phone. Probably whatever. I mean, literally, she demands a new computer. I'm working on that. I should check real quick, though, to make sure she's safe. Damn. I mean, look. Let me put it to you this way in this video, alright? The guy turned around and told Chloe, if Chloe fucking left tomorrow morning, I could be fucking evicted because Chloe's temper. As soon as the eviction's over. I drink. I get combative with Chloe a bit because she fucking attacks me verbally left and right. And if she's gonna dish it, then I'm gonna throw it back at her sometimes. But my problem is the guy says we might be on our way out, but no one gives a shit about that. They think Chloe's the victim. Chloe ain't the fucking victim when Chloe attacks people. The other reason my video was flagged was Chloe attacked verbally my cousin-in-law, alright? And my cousin-in-law didn't do anything wrong. My cousin-in-law, I lost my cousin-in-law for 6 months because of things that I was accused of doing that I didn't do, alright? And she keeps attacking. I mean, literally, I can't take this. My family means a lot to me, but same time, her family means everything to her, but they don't want to know her. Look, her mom basically clearly stated last night on the phone, no, you can come out here, but you got rules. Chloe's not going to follow the rules. Mom knows this. Why do you think the mom doesn't want her there? Mom wants her to be, even Chloe offered to go to a mental hospital. Her mom's like, no. Because if you go out to a mental hospital out there, we'll fucking find a way with as the parents, you know, as the blood kin, we will put you in a fucking home because you need it, because you can't take care of yourself. How many times is the argument about cleaning? If you just got off your ass and did it. I mean, literally, the mom basically put her in her place. Chloe just like, fuck you. I mean, literally, that's Chloe's attitude. Chloe doesn't get to hear what she wants to hear. I mean, literally. The lawyer, the guy said lawyers get involved. They basically have a heyday with this because the mental health said that because Chloe basically is loose cannon. I mean, look at it. Chloe turns around, right? And the doctor even asked me last night. He was a great guy and girl. They asked me why my voice is lower, and I said, well, I think I cracked it when I strained it yelling at Chloe when Chloe wouldn't give up one day. They said, when that happens, you need to take a break. Literally, they said you need to take a break from YouTube and stuff because you're not going to get your voice better. You're basically sitting there telling Chloe to pipe it due to the fact that Chloe's being fucking a violent shit. I mean, literally, you don't know that, you know, Chloe makes threats against anyone, right? The sheriff doesn't care anymore. They're like, oh, they're empty threats. Unless she's got a gun in her hand and a plan, fuck you. I mean, literally, the thing is Chloe is too fucking mental, and yet no one wants to deal with her. I mean, you heard her the other day live. She said she'd fucking bully and beat up, and if she was in a group home, hell, she said she'd even torch it if she had to. I mean, what type of fucking people would allow someone that violent into I mean, literally. I mean, people don't realize, I have to do this video offline due to the fact that we have problems. Yeah, it might be better for me anyways, because then I can climb back into bed when I'm done and sleep. I don't have to fucking sit here and wait for packages to come, packages to go. I can fucking wash my face up. I can go to fucking town. I can, I thought about actually going to town today, actually, and getting some dip and a pair of pliers and relaxing for a bit. I mean, I can't stay in all day, every day. And last night's dinner was like 6 chips and wine, all because the meat was not ready until way, way late. And by that point, we just put everything in the fridge, etc. I mean, literally. But yeah, Chloe's furious. And the middle guy said pretty much that basically the person who encourages Chloe to be lazy, he's like, no. What the real problem is, you know, Chloe needs responsibilities, and Chloe's not doing it. Chloe's like a child, and if Chloe's got that child mentality, then Chloe needs a caretaker, and Chloe needs a caretaker. Chloe needs to be 24/7. I mean, literally. I mean, the thing is, Chloe claims she can manage money, right? Well, time you turn around, she's saying order more, order more, order more. They're coming in, and now she's fucking bitching about too many boxes. Sorry to say, but we're in a pandemic, okay? Even the doctor says you get what you can. This is going to ride out a long time. But Chloe, all Chloe's fucking is, oh, well, I do. They're like, look, another thing they said that no one has any common sense of. Pee-wee does. Pee-wee's a sweetheart. I love Pee-wee. Pee-wee, if you're watching this, hope you're doing fine. Even my family, Corey and Dinky, know this. Manager can call in an inspection any fucking time, even during this moratorium. He finds this place dirty as hell, we're out. She'll give us the eviction as soon as the fucking eviction moratorium lifts, because we can't maintain this place because some son of a bitch douchebag can't clean. I mean, look, I thought about asking my cousin-in-law if she likes it out here to come up for, while my cousin and my cousin's like hunting or something. If pandemic's still around, bring her out here. Maybe she can help me get this place in order. I mean, literally, maybe by then storage shed will be available, because I got to do something. I mean, the Tweedledom's not going to do anything. Jokingly, of course, due to the fact that, everyone's encouraging her to be lazy, and they say, oh, it's your mental illness. Well, think of it this way. The guy has a point, and that's where I want to talk to you guys for a minute about this, because, the DCR on call, right, designated crisis responder. Even, what the freaking crisis line did last night, right? Same thing. Crisis line says, so you're calling us again, Chloe, because of why? Well, this, and this. And they're like, look, if you got a guy who's encouraging you to be fucking lazy and to go in your room and masturbate all day and fucking stay on the computer, then what's the fucking point? I mean, literally, if you're just going to be on your fucking phone and not do anything, then you need fucking serious group homes. I got a list of group homes we can set you up with. Chloe's like, no. I mean, literally, the DCR said, look, if you're on government funds and you can't fucking support yourself. And then the DCR called me, right? They know my number, and they called and said, hey, Rita, I need a couple questions for you. Because, usually when they do, they usually ask questions about Chloe's mentality to put into her medical record to keep it updated. Usually they don't call Chloe on me, because frankly they know if I call, it's usually while I'm tipsy. They know exactly what the fuck's wrong. And so they turned around and they asked. They didn't demand. They asked about, what happened, etc. And Chloe said, well, this guy did this and this guy said that. She's like, look, if the guy's encouraging you to be fucking lazy, then he's encouraging you to do your own thing. And if he encouraged you to commit murder, you'd probably murder Rita for a nickel. She said, no, what you need is a fucking group home, because A, Rita's taking care of you, which it is. Rita's basically trying to get things doing. See, the other thing is, the DCR at the hospital said, are you hindering Rita from doing things? She said, well, Rita said she's putting the garbage on her detail. And he said, look, if Rita can run the trash out and the recycling things out and break the boxes down, that's one less thing you got to do. Well, what's left on the list? clearing the kitchen table, keeping the dining room, living room, and I explained it, and he says, why can't you do it? Well, I'm so depressed I can't go to the grocery store. And they're going, because you wore something that fucking short. Women don't wear that fucking short. You're trying to act like a fucking whore. Is that what you want to be, a little fucking 13-year-old slut to get fucking porked? And Chloe goes, well, no, that's my dad's dream. Must be your dream too if you're fucking dressing as slutty can be in a hoodie sweatshirt here with just your ass cheeks showing in a hospital. Maybe we should get a rule that says cover your ass cheeks with a fucking mask. I thought that was pretty funny. I mean, the guy did have a sense of humor. Chloe thought he was like a jackass. But the guy basically has a point. But the point is the guy turned around and said, look, your record states that Rita's cooking for you. Now Rita's taking care of the trash for you. And Chloe's like, well, the thing is Rita can't do it because of her problem. Rita might have problems. Rita might be relying on you to go get groceries. But if you're fucking bitching about how you got to go up and down the hills and you got to get home, he says you're fucking out of shape. If you can't fucking hop on a bike that you paid $1,500 and zoom up there and zoom back, all right, yeah, you're fucking lazy. And secondly, yeah, you paid X amount of money for a trailer, and now you want to put your bike and your dog trailer in a fucking storage place because, I mean, literally, the fucking thing is, I mean, the guy was literally the nicest man in the world. He knows Chloe's going through, and he says, look, we're getting people coming up here going insane because they're stuck in their fucking house for the last 4 months. And yet you guys come in here because, seriously, she needs an evaluation, but we can't help her. He said, look, we refuse to help her on the grounds that she doesn't want to get help. She's throwing her meds down the toilet. She's fucking went to the mental hospital and everything except for the 2 court-ordered hospitals. The courts don't want to order it. I mean, she's got the court orders to do something fucking stupid, like fucking commit murder, attempted murder, plan to do murder, or fucking vandalize, say, property like throwing a brick through the store. And he says, don't. He says, you haven't done it yet. You're just all talk. And I said, well, we have ideas. I said, we have an idea to get her to a psychiatrist. He said, she won't go. She won't go to a psychiatrist. She won't go to a psychologist. She won't go anywhere. I said, why not? And he said, because her borderline keeps her from doing it. And 2, she already has it ingrained. She's borderline. And if it is bipolar, she'll never get treatment. Borderlines are cutters, basically. He says, I can give you a book. So he gave me several books to check out online, which at the library I can check them out or buy them directly. He said, those are the books you want to read on borderline because Chloe meets all fucking 9 criterias. I mean, literally. And then I said, well, what about this psychiatrist? He said the psychiatrist might help, but the psychiatrist needs about 20 sessions to diagnose Chloe properly. And it's a psychiatrist, not a psychologist. And therapists, he gave me a list of therapists that I already have. Most of them won't take Chloe because they don't want to deal with fucking borderline or bipolars. And the 3rd reason and 4th reason before people say, oh, well, she needs to have someone, is they don't deal with autism and they don't deal with transsexualism. Because they're a private practice, they don't even have to take Medicare. I mean, my list is fucking short. And if you think I should take her off island, we'd be quarantined every 2 weeks or taking her to appointments. The guy said it's not worth it in the pandemic. I mean, literally. But there is no treatment. He said the only treatments we can do is fucking read study books at home and guide. But Chloe doesn't want to get guidance. All she wants to do is literally. I mean, what type of life is that? You don't see me fingering myself. I mean, last night I woke up and I was like, oh yeah. And this morning, I mean, yeah, I had a lot to drink, but I didn't have a hangover. And the reason I drank the bottle that Chloe was bitching about, okay, and I'll tell you exactly why I paid for it, for 1. 2 is she's bitching about the fucking wine because, and me and family call her Little Miss Cunty. It's a joke. It's literally a joke because she thinks she's more female than the rest of us. We just call her Little Miss Cunty or Little Miss Snatchy. even though, you know, she acts more male than female. But, you know, not my problem. All right, it's just what I say is what I say. And our mom doesn't want to believe she's a girl. And Chloe's living in the past. That's what the guy said. Literally living in the past, and people won't fucking listen. Chloe won't listen. She's bitter. She gets all this money, and yet she fucking thinks everyone's against her. I'm gonna pay partner grow pound. Well, think of it. She doesn't have, look, autistic people don't have the concept of fucking money. They don't have the fucking concept of other shit, okay? Literally, an autistic person, look at the Rain Man, okay? Chloe's mom basically said, oh, this is my little rain girl, you know, rain boy, whatever. And look what happened, right? Turns around, my little rainbow boy. Well, I mean, look, Chloe gets manipulated easily. Someone says, oh, you want to donate? Chloe's like, that's a cool painting. Oh, yeah, for $20, you know, that we can put our own price tag on for donations. You know, we're helping African-American trans people. Oh, yeah, I want the painting, $20. They just, you know, conned her. Yeah, I'm like, what an ugly painting, but... But no, I mean, literally, look at it this way, right? Chloe refuses to, Chloe goes in, right? She knows there's only one store in town that has my dip. My family's coming out, right? They said, oh, do you need anything, Rita? Do you need anything? Well, I'm looking into Padron, okay? I'm looking into Padron. They can also check it out and see if there's Padron over at the gas station. I, on the other hand, need to make sure I can actually make arrangements to, you know, go to the grocery store. So, I'm checking the grocery store, right, for Padron. Fortunately, I told Chloe the other day I need to get some dip because I'm running out of dip. My can's like this. This is my last can, right? Well, she ran out of dip. She keeps pinching mine. So what happened? Told her to go get it. Well, I don't want to because the lady's going to sell me. You can't sell me anything because I'm wearing something short. That's where you put on some fucking clothes just to go in there. I mean, literally, is it that fucking hard? Throw on a pair of pants? I mean, I guess with a sensory disorder, you know. I mean, look, people don't want to fucking buy the sensory disorder thing anymore. That's the fucking problem. They don't want to believe it. I mean, look. I mean, my advocate is basically happy as hell Chloe donated $2,000 to the fucking cause just to get rid of her. I mean, literally, Chloe's like, look, $2,000 for you. You put Rita in a Roach Motel. I should have been in the Roach Motel. I mean, look, Chloe asked me this morning on the way home from the fucking emergency room, ooh, do you think I can get into the Roach Motel? I don't know. So the guy's office was open at wee hours in the morning. She goes in, yeah, I'd like to know about a room. $130. I'm going, hey, dude, $130 for a Roach Motel? He looked at me and he said, he pointed to the door like one person at a time. I'm like, I'm with her. He said, it doesn't matter. And two is, we don't want you here. So me, I was like, can you give me that dip can, please? My spit cup, please. Yeah, thank you. I mean, literally, that's all. $130. Chloe's gonna plunk $130 for a fucking Roach Motel.
I'm gonna take Moppy out there in the shower. He needs to go out for the shower.
Sure, whatever. So, you know, I mean, literally, the point is the DC.
Sorry, I'm thinking to myself.
The DCR turned around and said to Chloe that Chloe's gonna end up in a group home if she fucking doesn't.
We're getting more anyways.
See, I knew she was gonna say that this morning. Literally runs out, now somebody's scooping up mine. I wonder why.
I'm gonna run in and get us some more. Get me 3 of these.
If they have it, I bought the last can the other day.
And that, well,
I shouldn't fucking bitch, but still, I don't like my dip taken, and then I run out, and I'm really.
I'm going to. Mercantile's open today, right?
Yeah, it opens at 7.
Yeah, I'm getting some Cody out there. That's where I get it.
So, anyways, back to my story. Back to my story. The DCR turns around, right? And literally tells Chloe, if you're relying on Rita for every fucking little thing, and you have a guy tell you to fucking... Because I was there. He had to evaluate both of us. And he's telling you to fucking stay in your room. How's your room? Well, I got clothes everywhere, and I know where my clothes are, and I know how to find my clothes. You use a clothes hanger. No, I figure it'd be faster for me to do it. So the guy goes, so if the fucking inspection came in 2 days from now, do you think you'd have that entire place clean? It's kept clean? Well, we have too much crap. We need a storage shed. And the guy says, oh, so now you want to fucking throw 3/4 of your property in a storage shed so you can keep the place clean so you can fucking masturbate all the day. I mean, the guy was basically rude to Chloe, but had a point. His point was, you want to do this, this, and this, but you're still relying on Rita to fucking cook for you. He says, what's next after the garbage thing's taken care of? I said, well, I'm going to put on my own list because I've already vowed I'm doing the garbage. I ain't going to fucking have garbage cans pile up. That's why we have 10 of them. I put in 10 so we could actually fucking, rotate them out and fill them up and then empty them all at once. So we have like 10 bags at once. So it just fills the dumpster up. So we don't have to. Fortunately, the problem is he even asked if she, I said to him the last night, I said, she wants me to play a game. He said, have you done it yet? I said, no. The promise was clean place. And Chloe's like, well, I'm so depressed I can't go to the grocery store. Yeah, so with me, I told him I was fucking losing it because one of the things I told a couple friends of mine, okay? Told a couple friends of mine last night. This is where I think you guys should hear me. I told a couple friends of mine last night I'm losing it. And my family doesn't know I'm losing. I mean, Chloe might have a whole bunch of money. But you know what the fucking DCRs have been saying? The DCR turned around and says, you don't have no nicer person right there than that saint who cooks for you, who will fucking do what they have to for you, will do everything for you. And yet, you basically treat her like dirt. Rub it the wrong way. He turned around and said, look, I don't give a shit if you bring the fucking neighbor next door's problems to me about being raped. You're the one with a fucking pecker, he said. You could have fucking been drugged up and she could have fucking did it to you and it could have been consensual. For all we know, it was consensual. You just fucking want to say it was rape. I mean, literally, he says, fucking to sit there and talk about that word, I mean, literally, And then he says, fucking guy breaks into your house, shows off his tallywhacker. Well, you want to be a woman, he assumed you wanted his dick in you, and he assumed you wanted to fucking suck his damn schnob. And so, well, what's that tell you? Knob. And she's like, I mean, literally, Rita's one of these fucking women that fucking won't tolerate this shit. And yet you were basically, I said, the guy tried it with me and I wouldn't allow it. Told him to fucking beat it. I told Chloe to get in touch with the law. He said, yeah, Rita wants the law because the law can take care of this pervert. You want to fucking sit there and be like, oh yeah, the guy tried to attempt to rape me. Yeah, you're trying to be a woman so much that it's not right. He says, what you are is a man who's fucking confused. Rita, are you pre or post? I said, I've had the surgeries. He says, there's a woman who's got her head on straight. You fucking use her as a whipping post. She's still standing straight. Trannies can whip her and she'll still stand straight. You fucking give her a tongue lashing. I said, I do sometimes have a problem with my depression. And he's like, I said, because one, I lost my family. 2 is I lost the motivation on this game. And 3 is the house is not getting clean. Literally. He turned around and said, how bad's your organization? Asked about the pantry. And I said, well, the pantry is, not organized. He's like, are you going to do anything? Well, I'm so depressed. I can't buy everything on Amazon. I need stuff at the store. So, this guy looked at me and he says, hey, Admiral, just like everyone. He says, Admiral, what's your food supplies like? I said, well, all we need practically when we eat up some of the meat is a few pounds of hamburger. So you can just order it online. I said, oh, I got a couple connections where I can get more hamburger I need. He goes, hamburger. So technically, well, that's not everything I need, this, and this. We'll make a list and see if fucking one of the advocates will pay. Well, I don't like that advocate. She did this to Rita, blah, blah, blah. And he goes, the lady was protecting Rita, but the lady did the wrong choice of motel. Well, then he's like, I don't care. Turned around and says, you can't fucking organize. You're fucking living in a fallout shelter, and all you want to do is fucking blame Rita for the supplies when she follows your orders. And then you fucking promise her stuff, and you haven't guaranteed anything. Rita spent $60,000 on you. What are you giving her? A few items here and there, but otherwise, Everything, that Rita's been doing, you've been ordering it. I said, I spent my $1,200 in supplies in April, early April, and that money came in. It went straight out for the fucking thing. He said, you have to. He said, that's why the fucking money was there. He said, if there's a second stimulus, I mean, literally, but the guy realizes what I'm doing is pretty practical. I mean, literally. I mean, the guy was the nicest man in the world. I mean, literally. I mean, I thought he was a jackass, but he was just like, look, you guys are still here. I thought, yeah, Chloe, you were moving to Portland. Oh, man, you did. Chloe's back. Talking about her family didn't want her there. Grandpa didn't want to be that close to her. There's no treatments and stuff. And, oh, Rita's family would throw me in jail and blah, blah, blah. I'm going, they would throw Chloe in jail if she did fucking something literally fucking stupid against the fucking grain. I mean, I'm like, and I said, within reason. Unfortunately for us, it's within reason, literally. And so, within reason. And so, you got to push them to a point, but I mean, literally, Chloe said, I'm surprised you haven't been put in jail for the fucking hole in the door. Oh, it was an accident. I didn't think the door was that weak. And the guy looks, okay. Guy looks clearly at Chloe and says, if you got a son of a bitch that's fucking literally supporting you to fucking run away because he thinks you need to be fucking lazy, that guy needs to be locked up and throwing away the key because he says, if you want me to believe that you said, and I quote, it's an accident, the closet door is hollow, and you didn't think your hand. He says it might be partial particle board that looks like wood, or it could be partial wood and cardboard. He said, whatever it was, you fucking put a hole in it. And he says, there you go. You want to fucking sit there and bitch about it. Well, technically, he's an accident is where you fucking do something unintentional. Well, I did do it unintentional. No, you got angry and you fucking put a hole in the thing. Your anger got the best of you. People are supporting you. Then he says, maybe you need to go somewhere you're being supported. I mean, literally, the doctors basically literally, they're just like, look, you came to us, you want us to transport you for $6,000 hospital, ambulance bill to this hospital. We won't do it. And the hospital wanted information anyways. So when the hospital got the entire report, right, the lady, right, the emergency room turned around and called up the fucking hospital and you know and said good job. Well, the mental hospital called me up directly and said, look, Chloe can basically take a train, a bus, a taxi down to us. We can't take her. She doesn't meet the criteria. She's not suicidal. She has to be suicidal, and she has to have hallucinations, audio and visual hallucinations. She's not. She's even admitted she didn't. When we talked to her earlier, she was. I mean, literally, I told her, what I told her last night, everyone, okay, just because I told this to one of my friends who Chloe was basically bitching about in the hospital because, because, I mean, literally, she was fucking furious. The guy told me, to take a break from everything, leave your phone off and leave it. Chloe can't leave her phone off. She has to be texting someone. Me, my phone's completely off. Okay, I can do offline video. I can go and take a couple of these. Got a little headache coming on. It's probably the drinking, But you know what? It's fine. Usually, I might go by the pharmacy today and see if they got some ibuprofen in. The other day, they didn't have any, not ibuprofen, Tylenol. They were sold out, so I got this. It works, but I've been meaning to order more online. Pee Wee's like, oh, well, you should, she's a great person. So, anyway, so let's talk. So, she turns around, not Pee Wee, and, the lady at the hospital, the mental hospital, said, look, we checked every hospital in the state. There's only 2 willing, one's in Oregon. They can send that Oregon as an overflow. Fortunately, the lady stated to Chloe, and and this is where it gets technical, because I asked the lady, I said, you got the full report from the hospital. Do you think she needs it? The lady said no. She says the real reason Chloe doesn't meet the criteria is right now during the pandemic, you have to be fucking mentally unstable to the point where you need a recommendation from the clinic to be put into inpatient, even if it's voluntary. So inpatient is even if it's voluntary. So how it works is say a mental clinic recommends she goes to inpatient. Unfortunately, when we checked on a couple of other things, apparently see, I spilled some water, so it's only polite to clean it up. But anyways, so yeah, Chloe turns around, right? And the guy, the people, the lady at the hospital said, look, we could take Chloe, but the problem is Chloe doesn't really want to get treatment. What you're doing is you're asking for guidance, okay? Literally, the lady said, the problem with you is you can have all the books in the world. She said, the truth is what the diagnosed criteria for the DSM-5, she said, is Chloe meets all 9 criteria for borderline. 9 criteria. So technically, she says bipolar is very hard to, and, they can overlap each other, vice versa. She said, but Chloe is not bipolar. Literally. And she said, if Chloe is bipolar, it's a different story. Because she says cutters are borderlines. Chloe's a basher and a cutter, and her anger. Now, I'd like to speak about something that I know a lot about. What is borderline? What is the criteria? Well, I'm not going to pull up the criteria. What is borderline? Okay, but I will tell you. Basically, the mood swings are like this. So it's unstable. Bipolar could go up like this and have its highs, and then it'll go down like a roller coaster and go all the way to its lows. Borderline is where 1 minute she's happy, the next minute she's sad, the next minute she's crying, the next minute she's jealous, the next minute she's envy, the next minute she's angry, and it flips from one moment to the next. So her moods are so unstable that it's basically between the neurosis and psychosis. The reason they give a lot of bipolar meds for borderlines is they want to make sure that they're not bipolar. And so if the meds work, they change the diagnosis. If the meds don't work, they don't change the diagnosis. Now, one of the things that I know clearly, which is true and completely accurate, and I'm not disputing this, what Chloe was complaining about to the guy was she heard my conversation because I can't hear real well with the speaker. And then she turned around and called the bastard to the DCR called him a bastard because she said he was a double-edged sword. Two-sided. He's two-faced. And the guy's like, you don't trust a bastard like that, I mean, literally, I asked for guidance, yes. Problem is I needed to know, I wasn't getting anywhere anyways. I mean, literally, Chloe's fucking, he turned around and says, Chloe, the guy turned around, I'm not talking about the one Chloe called a bastard. I'm talking about the fucking DCR who said, look, Chloe needs a fucking group home. She can't fucking cook for herself. She fucking wants to sit there and masturbates all day. He doesn't want to fucking pick up her own room. He said, if I sent a team of nurses in there for 4 hours to clean your place, Rudy, could it be done in 4 hours if I send in a team to do it? I said, oh, yeah, I can get it done in probably 2 days by myself. He said, why won't you? Because she won't let me in her room. Well, I paid my thing. I should live in filth. He's like, you live in filth, you get her evicted. You need a fucking group home where they fucking pick up after you and wipe your own ass. He's like, I mean, Chloe was just fucking getting angry. I mean, literally. Thing is if Chloe can't cook, Chloe's got to masturbate. She won't clean her room. I mean, literally, my office, I can have that office cleaned in no time. The reason it's semi-dirty is because we got fucking too much crap stocked in there. She's putting all the excess toilet paper and ramen and everything else stacked up in there. But she won't go and pick up and close the door here either. She's got chips and everything else. She just doesn't want to clean. She doesn't want to organize anything. She's like, read his job. He's like, well, what's your job? My job is to fix myself and masturbate. Yeah, fix herself and masturbate. Right. So basically, the DCR momentum thing was not good. I mean, literally, it was not good. I mean, to me, it was like not good. I mean, to me, it was nice to me. He basically said, "You're gonna fucking die probably by the end of the year if you can't fucking, if she can't get her fucking act together because of your stress levels." And you got a guy who possibly wants to help you break away from this toxic relationship, but he doesn't realize that you could be evicted next month. They lift it. That's it. And then what? You're homeless and she's on her way. What's he gonna do? Take her in and fucking use her money? Chloe's like, no one's going to be using my money. And he's like, you got a lot of people out there that know, if they know about that cash flow, they'll be fucking trying to suck up every dime and use you. He says, Rita, of course, is looking after you, and is that what you treat her? You can't even help her get anything that you owe her after she spent $40,000 to $60,000 putting herself in the poorhouse, and all they want to do is tell her to leave, you to leave. You should cut her at least half the money and then leave. Then she's got something to float on in cash. She's like, I mean, the guy was basically nice. He's like, look, you want to fucking run away back to fucking your mom's and screw Rita over. What type of person are you? Rita will probably die anyways, but you don't care. You got money, so it's like, I'm on disability now. He said, and then he turned around and he looked at me and he says, you know what's peculiar? And I said, what's peculiar? He said, usually they got to get treatment to be on disability. I said, her diagnosis is so fucking out of whack. One thing says bipolar, another says borderline, another one says bipolar 2, another one says discythymia, another says narcissist. And I mean, I gave him all the diagnoses. I can't remember off. And he just looked at me like, yeah, that could do it. But then they still need to treat her for it. She won't get treatment. I mean, literally, she refuses treatment. And that's why they refused to help her last night, is because they're not going to send her to hospital for 2+ weeks to get her put into a halfway house. Where the halfway house, I mean, they talked to the social worker at the hospital. The hospital said we could do it, but we're not going to put someone in a halfway house. I mean, look, they have the records where they put her in a homeless shelter, which was going to transfer to a halfway house, which then was going to put her in a group home. Said Chloe fucking walked out of the fucking hospital. The hospital's recommendation from the homeless shelter, got a train ticket and went home. Literally, I got off the train ticket with luggage. I was gonna check in and go get something to eat, and there was Chloe right there with the ticket in her hand, saying, "I'm going home." That tells you right there all you need to know. Chloe fucking had the plan. She got out of the hospital. They medicated her for 3 additional weeks. She had like 6 weeks of meds. She was sleeping a lot, crying a lot, sleeping a lot. Meds weren't working. They sent her meds, right? She turned around, got on the train. First thing she did is when she got there on the train and no one was around, we had a sleeping car. She flushed him down the shitter. The bathroom holding tank sits there. Once the bathroom tank is there, when it got to Spokane, they emptied the tanks. By that point, we're already home. And then she went ahead and had her meds refilled at the local pharmacies before she can get everything taken care of. Flushed them down the toilet again. Or in the trash, or wherever she got rid of it. But here's the kicker. Problem with Chloe? Fucking mental clinics basically said, unless she's willing to fucking sit down and take treatment, they're not willing to help. That's what they put in her state records. I mean, the place out there, same fucking thing. They turned around and they did not want to help her one fucking bit due to the fact that she doesn't want to get it done. Sorry, I had a brain fart for a second. I mean, literally, this, this is why I'm telling you this adventure. She won't get help, okay? And some guy basically turns around and says it's okay to be lazy. The DCR already said that they're not going to. Hi, Mop. You go poop? Oh, how's it going? Come here, little guy. Hi, good morning. How are you? Huh? I'm having my coffee this morning. Yeah, having my morning joe this morning. Having a little conversation. See this guy? He looks like a space dog. He's got a little space dog coat. So, anyways, what I'm saying is, they basically just said, look, you want a group home? We can put you in a group home. You might need a group home. You can't even fucking pick up after yourself. And Rita keeps adding more and more to the chore list and gets more and more done at home, which I told him the reason I've been putting her in charge of things is because I'm the one that's spending hour upon hour looking for fucking the stuff that she wants me to buy, or the best shoes, or the best this. And then I have to fucking fire up this and do that, and fire up that and do this. And I mean, now I know why you guys want to know why the dishwasher ain't running yet. It's because I'm waiting patiently. But anyway, so she turns around and she says, well, yeah, you know how it is. She's just like, well, yeah. So to me, I thought it was pretty fucking funny. That these people basically called and said, look, you want to come down here, we'll evaluate you, but from what we have from your state records, because of Oregon and Washington sheriffs, you don't qualify. I mean, literally, you don't qualify. You have to be suicidal, homicidal, and a threat to others or a threat to yourself. She isn't. That's one thing they did with the criteria. You threaten, are you harming yourself? Oh, I hit myself earlier. Okay. Do you want to kill people? No. Do you want to kill yourself? No. Well, I thought about it off and on for the last month. Did you take any steps to do that? No. I would think you thought about buying a rope. I mean, the guy's like, look, you're thinking about it, but you don't do it means you're not serious about doing it. He says that's where, where the breaking point is. You're not at your breaking point. He says, you're here asking for help because A, you're fucking coming up here again. The guy was fucking rude to her, but he was like, look, you come up here when you have a problem with Rita and you want to go to a mental hospital. He says, this is why it's wasting the fucking taxpayers' money. You owe $9,000 to the fucking mental clinics, and yet you want to fucking come up here and want to go in again, all because you turned around and now, what was the argument about cleaning? He's like, pfft. He says you abuse Rita, you violently abuse Rita, you fucking threaten the lives in front of Rita, whoever's lives pissed you off, the neighbors, the other neighbors, this neighbor, fucking law enforcement, and yet you come up here and say you want to be in a fucking mental hospital because of the fucking cleaning. Hold on, what is it now? Nothing? So anyways, basically, it's kind of gets snippy, but yeah, I mean, literally, and he said to tell Chloe, turn off your fucking phone. You'll be fucking more productive if you turn it off. And if you listen to some jackass, that's what he said. It tells you to stay on your phone. Chloe's like, he said to stay in my phone and be in my room. He said you can't be in your room because your room's fucking filled with fucking shit that you bought. And two is you won't even pick up the fucking clothes. He's like, Rita's office has been turned into a storage bay. Your room's fucking nasty as hell and you won't even fucking vacuum. He says there's probably rats growing in there. I mean, the guy was like, look, what needs to be done is if you keep talking about bullying fucking group home tenants and fucking bullying or hurting the fucking attendants or fucking threatening to burn down a group home that they put you in, then these people need to know how violent you are. He's like, frankly, Social Security, I'm sending a report to Social Security to let them know that I don't think you meet the criteria for disability on the grounds that you fucking are having Rita do everything for you. And Rita's fucking literally dying slowly but surely. She might have a year left if she's lucky, if she has enough year left. We don't even know. You know what I mean? She could have cancer for all we know, throat cancer. That's why her voice is cracking. we need to get to the bottom of it, but at the same time, when she fucking yells at you, she's yelling at you because she cares, but you won't listen to her, and you're tearing down her family, and everything else. He's like, look, the mental clinic's right. Disability ain't gonna do jack shit for you. Fucking mental clinic ain't gonna do jack shit for you. In your records, you've been begging to get on disability. You've been wanting to get disability. Now that you got it, now you want to use the I need to get out of here card because the state's mean. He said the state's not mean. The state's tried to take care of you every time. We're in a pandemic right now. All you want to do is fucking run where? By the way, if you run to Ohio, he said to me, he's in front of Chloe, by the way, he said, if you fucking leave and to go back to your mom, and your mom doesn't take you, and you end up in Pennsylvania, Arizona, or Nevada with no fucking home, they will personally put you, you'll go to an emergency room, they will personally put you in a group home in that fucking state, and you won't have any fucking money left because you fucking left due to the fucking fact that you packed up and left. And then what? You're going to have yourself to blame when you're under maybe lockdown because you fucking got your freedoms taken away because you packed up and went to fucking a state. I mean, you know, he says, you want me to call your mom? No. And he's like, you don't want me to? Okay. Because I'll call her if you want. She's like, no. You want me to call any of your people? No. He's like, there you go. So if you fucking leave and you take your computer and 2 bags with you to say Pittsburgh or Phoenix or San Diego or she's like, I will never go there again, or Nevada, you know, Reno or Las Vegas, and you land and you have no place to go and you go straight to the emergency room. First, they're going to say you're fucking nuts going to the emergency room checking in. And 2, they're going to basically make sure the social worker puts you in a group home because you flew all the way out there. And they're going to be asking too many damn questions. And guess what? We're going to have to release your records to them and everything else. It says right here that you are the fucking problem. You won't cook. You won't clean. You won't fucking clean nothing. You fucking want to say that you help read out too much. And then you turn around and you can't even fucking, and you get mad. If you know, he's like, look, we don't care if you're addicted to the fucking phone. A phone addiction is an addiction just like it is someone addicted to coffee or addicted to drugs. You're fucking zoned into a box. Rita, where's your phone? In my bag. How come you're not playing with it like she is? I turned it off. Huh. Hallelujah. The Admiral turned hers off. And you? I mean, literally. I mean, it's like you wouldn't have that phone for 2 to 4 weeks in a mental hospital. I mean, literally, and, you know, they're like, we're not putting you in one because we don't think it will benefit you. You're just going to get out, throw the meds away. By the way, he says, we have a list of outpatient people. And by the way, the second DCR came. The guy we know personally, he looked over everything too and said, look, I don't want to help you. I tried to help you 18 months ago. You told me to go fuck off after that last mental hospital. So I'm the only one that takes that particular insurance. You don't want my help? And he turned and looked at me and he says, I thought you were psychotic, Admiral, but damn, this fucking bitch is super psychotic. I was like, what do you mean? He said, look, thought you were the insane one, but she fucking, you know, and he looked over everything he had and he's just like, I mean, literally, it's like they don't want to deal with her. They don't care. And if someone says, oh, well, you know, she needs high medication, they won't give them to her. They refuse. They refuse to do it. Even the fucking lady that Chloe basically tried, okay? I talked to this lady. I forgot to mention my live video, but Chloe's angry about it. And I'll tell you what happened is, so what happened was the guy, right? The person, I should say, doesn't deal with transgender. They say transgendered or not, if the person's bipolar, they won't see him. It's the transgender part. They can discriminate. And they don't take the insurance. Even if the treatment was free, they don't want to deal with transgendered people. Fuck it. I said, well, I'm a hermaphrodite. Does that count? And she said, no, I don't want to deal with the hermaphrodite. They have problems alone. I said, okay, but we're cool. She says, we're cool. Then I said, well, what about autism? I have autism. Can we just skip the transgender part and go straight to autism? Not trained in autism. You have to have autistic spectrum disorder specialist. All right, let's just cut the bullshit. Bipolar and borderline have bipolar. That's what they say. I don't deal with bipolar. I don't deal with the fucking sin of all sins, borderline. Sorry. She says I refuse to take that. So she talked to the advocate, and the advocate said, that's cool. So the advocate says, well, there's only two options. Either do this or do that, or skip it. My therapist told me that Chloe is never going to get fuck treatment. She'll just use it as a crutch until she's dead or until her benefits get taken off. But, the lady turned around. The lady did have a conversation. It was the most nicest conversation with me and the advocate the other day. She said, look, someone gave her rubber stamped her disability and she ain't getting treatment. They'll just take away her benefits. I mean, literally. Well, Chloe can survive with all the shit paper and shampoo and conditioner and everything she has if they took her off when they appealed it. But appealing would take 6 months to a year due to the fact that, the whole government thing is, so it's the way it is. I mean, literally, Chloe's in a pandemic, and Chloe's using the pandemic to her advantage. I mean, literally. And to me, I'm fucking going through hell because, all I want literally is a clean house 24/7 and a peaceful mind. I don't get it. People know this. And all I get is combativeness. I'm for the neighbor who assaulted her too. This and that. I mean, it took me 5 weeks for her to take care of her own bunny's cage. 5 weeks. There's poop belts everywhere. I clean, I mean, it needs to be cleaned once a week, but she allows the poop pellets to pile up. Hi. Hi. Sorry. So, yeah, I mean, literally, and then people say, I mean, last night the guy turned around and says that's a health hazard alone, allowing your bunny to live with 5 weeks of poo in its box, and yet you're sitting there like, he's like, what type of life do you live? I mean, literally, you truly need a halfway/group home. I mean, the guy was clearly, and I'm like, dude, don't trigger. But Chloe wasn't triggered last night. The thing is when Chloe turns around and says, oh, Rita's did this, Rita's that, and the guy said, look, Rita's video got flagged because some son of a bitch, I mean, the guy was rude to Chloe, some son of a bitch, turned around and flagged it due to the fact that you were threatening the APS lady. And Chloe's like, wow, the lady had it coming. The guy said, why? Because she came out to do her job because of all the abuse you've dished Rita, and Rita's still standing as a saint, and you fucking think that she deserves it? Well, they should defund it and put it towards CPS. And the guy's like, why? Because the neighbor's kids didn't get taken away. The guy turned and said, look, you're living in Bitternessville. Rita, do you have any regrets? Yeah, I got a few. But do you dwell on them? No. I told him the story about me and my cousin-in-law, and how she said, don't even think about it. You don't bring it up, we won't bring it up. I don't want to bring it up. She, on the other hand, fucking wants to bring up everything. Oh, when I was younger, I mean, she was rambling about fucking stories of the abuse that she suffered, and this is why they gave her borderline. He's like, look, you're fucking rambling about something that happened 30 years ago that we don't give a shit about, or 20 years ago, or 10 years ago. I mean, we don't care. Look, we don't care about you fucking working at Cabela's. We don't care if you were a fry cook at McDonald's. That doesn't interest us. Literally, it just shows you could do a job, but now you can't because you're mentally too. He's like, I think this whole thing is a fucking show. Not to you, Admiral, but to her. Well, I'm so disabled. Really, if you're that disabled, you need to be fucking locked up in a hospital because you gotta be Rain Man Jr. who can't fucking clean and wipe your own ass because, I can wipe my own ass. Oh, well, yeah, at least you can do that, but you can't cook and you can't clean and you make too many excuses. What's tomorrow's excuse? Well, I'm going to the farmer's market if you discharge me, and I'm going to go up, and when I get home, I'm going to be so tired I won't do anything. He's like, then don't go to the fucking farmer's market. Go to the food hub. Have them bring you someone. I'll go pick your food up for you and deliver it to your house. Thing is, then you can clean. Oh, well, the hills drained me. And he's like, And the doctor comes in, sits down, and says, "What other underlying issues do you have, Rita, besides heart disease that we can see?" And I go, Chloe claims heart disease. I turn around and says, "Was it against the symptoms? Oh, it could be coronavirus, but highly unlikely." And I said, "Well, what is it?" And Chloe's, and Chloe, said, "Oh, I have heart disease. I can't ride a bike." And the guy turned and said, "Uh." And I said, "Don't even ask." He says, "What?" "The amount for the bike and the dog trailer." He said, "Oh, you go through Seth?" And she said, "Yeah." He said, "Shit, you probably paid about close to $2,000 for both." She's like, "Well, yeah." And he's like, "A waste of money." And here you only use it. I've only used it twice. And you want to put it towards, well, Rita's got a trike. And I mean, he was just like, "Look, you wasted fucking money on a trike and a bike. You're claiming you have heart disease. You're out of shape. You need to get your body prepped for riding a bike. Slow up first. Every day, work a little bit, and it'll get easier. But you won't even try it." And then he's like, "Then you fucking waste money and on extra supplies, which you guys should use. And then you fucking, well, I need to get shoes and flip flops and bras and panties." And he's like, "You're thinking about yourself. Rita, what do you need?" And I go, "Well, I've been promised my video games for a long time, but you don't see me dwelling on it during a pandemic." I said, I'm good." I said, I told him, I said, "Honestly, I'm looking forward to seeing my family coming up." He said, "Why is that?" "Because it might be the last time they ever see me due to the fact that my health is failing." And the doctor was almost in tears, saying that's the most beautiful thing he's ever heard lately. I'm like, "Look, my body's falling apart. I mean, if I can't fucking leave my house to get on my trike because the trike's 80 pounds." He's like, "Why don't you help Rita to get the trike up there?" "Oh, it's too heavy and we live downstairs and I want to move it to a storage facility." He goes, "Oh, so every time you want to ride it, you got to open the storage facility up, grab it, and then close it and go in." He's like, "What a fucking life." I mean, literally, Chloe, he's like, I mean, literally, the way he put it was Chloe should be. I said, "Well, I already vowed to take care of the trash." He's like, "So Rita's gonna be taking care of the trash and the dishes." I said, "Well, I'm working on getting the counter." He says, "Well, why won't you clean the stovetop?" Rita said she's gonna. "Well, I'm so depressed at the grocery store." I mean, literally, and he's like, "Look, you burned your bridges there. Fucking either buy your stuff online." I mean, literally, or make an inventory and see what you truly need. If you just want to fucking get out and go shopping, then you can fucking get out and clean. He says, "I'll take, what, 3 to 6 hours to go shopping round trip?" "Well, yeah, you just don't want to fucking be around. It's your fucking lazy excuse of a excuse." He's like, "This is why it's a fucking show and I have to report it to the government that you're fucking sitting on your ass." He said, "I can report you, Rita, for taking care of her, but no one wants her, so the duty is yours. But it's my duty as um, a designated crisis responder, and I don't remember what his thing, but he's like something like first responder or something. It's his job to duly let the law know, and um, the social workers and everyone else. It's like he's got a duty to his state as a mandatory reporter." So he's like, "It's my job as a mandatory reporter with the doctors to report this as fraud, as well as that you're abusing Rita, and you need to realize that you can't do this." I mean, look, Rita's cooking, cleaning, and everything. And once Rita gets the kitchen done and the living room's vacuumed, then what do you got left? "Oh, the better I could do the bathroom." I said, "The toilet's not been cleaned for 6 weeks. I put toilet bowl cleaner and I cleaned the outer rim of the toilet." I said recently I got tired of it. And he's like, "See, Rita just did it herself because she can't rely on, well, I'm so mentally ill, I can't do anything." He's like, "If you keep using that fucking card, then you're going to be fucking put into a fucking hospital and then put into a group home. Or you will live in a hospital the rest of your life, which you keep asking us to do because you want to live there. When there's an opening in Eastern State, we'll send you there, or Western State." I mean, literally, you're willing to give up your freedoms because you don't want to fucking clean. You get free money And yet the state doesn't realize that you can't do anything. It's time for them to do something. Well, I don't want the state taking $600 of mine to pay for a maid every month. The guy looked and said, we'll get a social worker to contact you, Rita, and make sure that you can look into this. We're going to see if they got a maid for her and a maid for you. If not, I said, I can do these things slowly but surely. I just don't need to spend all. Well, Rita spends all day on YouTube. He's like, look, Rita was relying on you so much. I mean, literally, Rita's filled in the gaps. Rita's done more for you than your entire family. And this is how you treat her. You don't want to fucking pick up a fucking twig on the floor. I mean, literally, it was just bad. So, anyways, I got to take a dump, and then I got to wash up and do a dip, and I will do part 2. So, part 2 is going to be stimulus checks, but the part 1's about emergencies. I'll get that uploaded. Part 1's about emergency room, mental health, what happened, etc. Hopefully tomorrow will be a lot better, and not today. So, because I didn't get much sleep. So, thank you. And please add, subscribe, please post comments, please leave feedback, suggestion, hit the like, subscribe button, so it's funny with your family, including your dogs, cats, bunnies. Thanks for watching. God bless you, and stay tuned for part 2. Captain's log out. USS Excelsior NCC 77246. This transmission ends now.